This weekend, Mount Vernon is opened up for a Revolutionary War reenactment, and we are here to enjoy the weekend. So come along with us. Thank you.
In both British as well as German. The rifles that the frontiersmen in this country carried were called Pennsylvania long rifles. The technology for those came from Germany with German immigrants and Swiss immigrants, well trained and well disciplined, and they were very proud. They were a special forces unit. But they did not fight en masse like some of the American riflemen at the beginning of the war. We discovered to our horror it's a bad idea to put riflemen all in one battalion, because the rifles at that time, this is different from muskets. I'll talk about the musket in just a second. And one of the young British officers that survived was Lieutenant William Howe, and his older brother, Lord George Augustus Howe, who are the Howe brothers. They are going to be the people who push the creation of British light infantry. That same Lieutenant William Howe will be General Sir William Howe during the American Revolution. So his army's tactics in the New York spiral down the inside. The bullet has to fit onto that rifling, and it's going to fall down the barrel. A Pennsylvania long rifle could take a minute to a minute and a half to load. So in that same time frame, a British light infantryman can get off 4 or 5 shots. The other disadvantage the rifle has is once the rifle has fired, it has exposed its position. Good light infantrymen can rush the riflemen while they're reloading and bayonet them. So that's the disadvantage the riflemen have. In that first big battle in the New York campaign, the Battle of Long Island, the Pennsylvania Rifle Battalion and the Hessians really made mincemeat out of it because they did not have bayonets. Washington's army faced this problem repeatedly in different battles, and it's not until they do their drilling at Valley Forge in 1778 that they are going to really start getting good at attacks. You can see these Continental troops are standing out in the open in line, which may shock people because traditional history says we won the war by hiding behind trees. Nothing could be further from the truth. Washington had to lead an army that on a large scale looked like this little army does on a small scale. Disciplined and able to take on their opponents in the field. You now see the British line coming forward in what's called open order. These are the British Guards coming forward and British light infantry. The British Guards were functioning like a light battalion during the war. Whom were killed and wounded, most of whom were not. Coming into the scene on the far right flank of the British line, so it's right in front of the crowd, is a line of Hessian soldiers. You'll see Hessian musketeers are wearing what are called bicorn hats, or you may call them bicorn hats. And then on the very far right flank there are Hessian grenadiers. They're wearing tall grass or chimney caps. And again, you'll see the Continental Dragoons and the French Dragoon coming up towards the flank of the Hessians. And the Hessians are coming into a formation where they'll be able to repel the cavalry by forming a hollow square. In an actual battle, they would fix bayonets and fire out of the square. Discipline is essential in this type of warfare, and likewise, panic is a major weapon. And if you want to see troops panic, send Scottish Highlanders after them, swinging bagpipes and swinging broadswords and striking with Highland warriors. In the main British line in the back, you see the yellow British regimental flag. There's a company of Highland Grenadiers in the center. They are from the Royal Highland Regiment of Black Watch Regiment, which came over here in 1776, 700 men strong, 2 battalions. They were in the battle at Long Island as well as Hessians, and they chopped up the Pennsylvania Riflemen. If there's one word to describe Washington's leadership in the Revolution and also the Continental Army's endurance, it's perseverance. Because the Continental Army lost most of the battles it was in. If you study the careful history of the Revolution, you'll see that that happens time and time again. Americans often operate in strike 1, strike 2, strike 3. You lose 3 battles in a row, you wonder, how did we win? And the answer is, you have to study the war to find out how did we persevere. Where's the perseverance? It would have been something like the British Army and the Hessian forces if they had lost one battle after another after another. Continental artillery is wreaking havoc on the British Guards. If you look at the Battle of Guilford Courthouse in 1781, that's exactly what happened down there. There was such a melee, Lord Cornwallis had to order his own artillery to fire into the melee and knock his own troops down in order to break up the Continental Army's charge there. One of the many ironies on these battlefields was artillerymen all through Europe traditionally all wore blue uniforms of different designs. And even in the Revolution it was true. The British Royal Artillery, which you see on the left side of the picture there, were dressed in blue coats with red facings and yellow lace and gold lace around the buttons. The Continental Artillery is dressed exactly the same way. It was a tradition. Grenadiers are the tallest men in the regiment. Typically, a grenadier is at least 5'10". Many of them 6 feet tall or taller. Every British regiment had at least one company officer between the ears to light hand grenades and throw them over their heads. The grenades often blew up prematurely, and a lot of the grenadiers got killed by their own grenades. So by the 1750s, grenadiers no longer threw hand grenades, but they kept that special designation. 1768, the British Army changed its clothing and uniform warrants, so the uniforms you see those Grenadiers and the Highlanders wearing down there are from the 1768 warrant. That's according to the regulations. When these armies actually went on to campaign, the uniforms started to get modified. Between the sheer wear and tear of marching hundreds of miles, it's going to wear everybody's equipment out. American summer thunderstorms and heat over the fade British light infantry, modified everything also. By 1777, they and a lot of continental troops are making trousers and what are called overalls out of old tent canvas. So you see a lot of troops wearing breeches and stockings. Forward march, the drums are going to be the cadence of the men move forward as a unit. Nations of those like shooting at officers deliberately, for example. The aftermath of any battle is always a horror. The wounded would be picked up usually by the musicians. They served as stretcher bearers. Local civilians would sometimes come out to assist, either voluntarily or not. A local church, a barn, a house, or just out in the open, depending on how many wounded there were, would be turned into hospitals. The medical care in the 18th century would send us all screaming into the night. If you think going to the dentist is scary, you haven't seen 18th century surgery. There was no anesthesia other than a shot of